Hello and welcome to the Unofficial Controller Podcast, your weekly gaming podcast, episode number 314 with me, George, and this week joined by RGT, OLL main stager to my decrepit old ager. How's it going, handsome man?
We're rhyming now. We're rhyming.
Hey, look at me. I am nearly out of primary school. Quick one, though, to keep the YouTube AI happy. We got some news coming up. If ever you wanted a Neo Geo, now may or may not be the time. Got some Samsung news and a little bit of extra news for you. So keep your eyes peeled. We'll have that warmed up and ready. Now the AI is satiated. RGT. We talked about it on Flashback. We pretend talked about it on the last episode. Probably ought not to overstay our welcome, but we had an absolutely banging time at OLL. Let's get into that right now, and then we can talk about all the usual things we talk about, like what we've been playing and the news and, housekeeping and all that good stuff, and what you might be hoping to play this coming gaming week. RGT, you remind me of a novelty pencil topper today.
Thank you. I'm
Sort
sure
of thing
there's a
you'd have got
compliment
in
in there somewhere.
cornflakes in the 80s. Yeah.
I've been called many things, but never a novelty pencil topper from a cereal box. I'm not sure if it's an insult or not, but I'll take it as a positive.
We'll let the listeners see what they can come up with in terms of their memories of
Wow.
pencil toppers.
The AI is going crazy already.
I'm thinking legit, just get your old school pen drawer out and see what's hanging around in there from your youth.
Youth.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Tell me
Shall we
about
crack-
OLL. I was there, but hey, do you know what? You framed it up in a good way. So give us the lowdown, my good friend.
As usual, John and his team done an absolutely banging show. Very well organised. Thing I like with John and that, they're always, all his team are always mulling about if you need anything. Anything from internet codes to another table or anything, they're there, bang, job's done. They always do
Yeah.
such a great show, so well organised.
All walking around in their special t-shirts as well, so very
Yes.
easily identified.
Yeah, exactly.
Not only you and me, but everyone else. I think that
yeah.
was a cool move.
Yeah, very good move. And they're always spread about the room, helping people, getting things done. And there didn't seem to be any hiccups at all. Things were just done. I think the only one John said was there was two LED screens. They could only use one, but the one screen was still brilliant anyway that we used on there when we were on stage.
100%.
So, but yeah, there was different groups there. So you had the Norwich Amiga group, you had Nintendo from Norwich Retro Gamers, you had the VR escape rooms, and the Games Festival was there. And this was all held in Epic Studios in Norwich, so it had that TV studio setting, which was really good.
Let's talk about that venue, mate. That felt special in there, didn't it? I liked
It certainly did. It almost felt like you were filming a pilot for a new GamesMaster show. It had that vibe. It was, that studio vibe. Felt really good stage. And then obviously with that, you had Level Up Leroy, who was doing the sort of the comparing of the day and the music and the DJing at night. And obviously, you know what you get with Level Up Leroy is absolutely fantastic all the time anyway. So it was just a really good quality show. Great to be part of.
Hey, tell me about these traders, because I bought games, mate. I bought games.
I bought a couple of bits, yeah. I mean, we know it's quite hard when you're actually at the event with a table and doing bits and pieces. It's quite hard to get the time to go and look around these stalls. But we both did find a few minutes, and we both, once it quietened down a bit later on in the day, early evening, we went and had a look, didn't we, and bought some bits and pieces, which was
Sure
good.
did. Yeah.
We certainly did. But yeah, it was fantastic. It was a long, tiring day, but we were lucky enough. We had our great team with us from Bada Binkstar. We had Captain Scarlet. We had Digital Monkery. And then there was me. There was you. There was Captain Scarlet's partner also came along as well.
Yeah.
So we had a great team.
Rachel was there. She was
Rachel was
holding up
there,
the show.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mrs.
Giving me
RGT came
moral
later on.
support. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gave you some moral
So
support. That looked
um,
different to my moral support, but yeah.
steady. Um, but it was that, and you really knew you had a great thing going because Digital Monkey bought his challenge accepted along for a live event, which went down an absolute storm. Um,
Aaron, Mark, and Matt got some absolute usage out of it. And our winners, by the way.
yeah, so which was, I don't know if you've heard on the other show we were talking about, but it was Final Fantasy 9. I mean, original PS1 CRT, and that was the skipping challenge. As you go into the game, you're only a few minutes in, there's a skipping challenge. What me and George were thought this was a bit of an Easter egg that you could only do one. It was a bit of the devs having a bit of a joke on us. No, no, it turns out you could do as many if you want if you're good enough. We're just not. But yeah, and these guys were in, there was loads of people took part, but these were the three that started getting the numbers. And then that started by the end, we cut it down at 5 o'clock. By the end, the three of them were there trying to get that one last final score each. But yeah, Aaron won, Mark comes second, Matt was third. They got prizes. We done some limited
Mate, I
edition.
don't want to sound ungracious, but those prizes look great and I need one.
Yes, I will get you one of those. We done
Everything
some.
that was inside it as well.
Yeah, yeah, I can do that. Don't you worry. But yes, so basically, Aaron, who won, well, all three of them got a limited edition flashback tote bag. Then within them, they had different grades of prizes, but there was a mixture of retro game and mugs, Game Boy coasters. There was a Venom controller holder by Cable Guys. Aaron got a limited edition flashback and OLL t-shirt.
Over the
Um,
shoulder boulder controller holder.
nope. There was also there was keyring in there, a few of our flyers and bits and pieces. But yeah, so they all got some good
Fridge magnets,
prizes.
baby. Fridge magnets.
Yeah, was there fridge magnets? I don't know. We had some old stock magnets that we used up, didn't we? So I don't know who had those, but we had key rings in there. But it was overall there were some good prizes, great competition. The table was buzzing all day. Then we had like the visitors come to see us, our listeners. There's people who
Oh,
travel from
mate.
York, and there was people who travel from London. It was fantastic. We had people like Gazcom, Firm Returns, Carlos. You hear all these at the end of the show, these guys, along with Bada Binkster and Digital Monkery and Captain Scarlet. But, you know, having them all come along, and I made sure I got my beer and we had a pint together, had a good chat and a catch up. It was absolutely fantastic. And makes it all worthwhile when you have people traveling to see you and you just sort of think, wow, they are fans of the show. I know we lark about on here and we mess about every week, but when you
Fans of
do,
yours.
well, obviously, but when no, they just come to see us all, and it was brilliant. And me and George were lucky enough to do stage on Console Wars, which was great fun with the awesome middle-aged gamer guy Mags, who was hosting that. We had great fun, banter with the audience, and seeing the guys that had come down to see us sit in the audience and take part in the show was just brilliant. And I just think fantastic day all round. Like I say, we saw a few YouTubers that we know that we met up with, like Dan the Games Man.
You did. You're internet famous. They don't even know who I am.
I'm not internet famous at all.
Yes, you are.
People don't dare talk to you because you're like the hierarchy of the show. You're like
People,
the yeah.
if I even thought for a moment that that concept was true, I'd cut my own leg off.
Get a saw, fella. Um, then there was people like PS2 Mini Games, Two and a Half Gamers UK were filming their YouTube channel there. So we had a chat with those, and then Bada Binkster done great idea about Bada Binks and very kind.
Great idea.
He done a
Both those
charity,
ideas, RGT, lit that stand up.
yeah, and he done a charity mystery bin, so you could for £1 you could pick a DVD or a game or a VHS, and
For charity, mate.
it's for charity, mate. Um,
It's
and
very on point for us, isn't
yeah,
it?
yeah, it is. And he donated the rest, all the money that came from that to Sue Ryder, I believe. So it was great of him to do that. I think he raised nearly £40, which was brilliant. And people really enjoyed that. I thought it's a nice little thing to have on the side of the stall, but people loved it, and people kept coming back and trying to get different DVDs and Blu-rays and bits. So yeah, It was a really good day overall. What about you, George? What did you take from the day?
Oh, um,
Oh dear, now what have you found funny?
no, it was a charity, mate. I probably ought to grow up a little bit. I just
Charity, mate.
no,
That was good.
no, it was Sue Ryder.
Oh, oh dear. Come on, come on, serious bit. But look
I'm
together, son.
back.
Come on.
I'm back. I'm back. Mate, what I loved about it was the sense of togetherness about it all. Forgive me, everyone. Now that we've got lights and stuff, you can see when I start roaring when I'm laughing
You
off
now know what I have to put
camera.
up with every week.
Anyway, the whole thing about it was very down to earth. We've done OLL before and we've done countless other ones, but this one felt the most close, didn't it, to people?
Hmm.
Um, I think the most inviting, the most open. I think that the way it was organized actually allowed for that. It was designed to be that. And I actually think that the engagement was up because just everything was down a little bit. We've been to them before in arcades and stuff. And hey, do you know what? What a great place to host an event. But at the same token, they are very loud. Now, although
Yeah.
this was loud, it was controlled and it was gentle.
Mm.
And I think that allowed a lot of people from all different walks of life to be able to enjoy the show floor for longer. Got to admit, did love getting up on stage with you and Mags and Ash versus to do the console wars. That was
Hmm.
really fun and
Yeah.
a great honor to be able to maybe show a little bit about what the show's about on the main stage as well. Although it
Hmm.
was only tiny windows, it was nice to be able to give people that. I was absolutely blown away by the charity box, and I've never seen such a busy area, and the challenge accepted, which was equally as busy, if not more. It was a real great place, and I think we've seen some from some of the footage that's come out from OLL that people actually found those parts enjoyable. It was nice to get, a bit of skin on skin contact with the people that came to
Hmm.
see, and I mean that in the nicest possible way. There was nothing untoward, unless it was asked for, in which case it was delivered 100%. Mm,
Oof. Glad this in flashback. But
110%. Yeah, you need to cut back a bit because you bring your flashback persona on here, and the old RGT would have been talking about scissoring or something. So, um, God knows what you've become over time. You've proper brought PG back, baby, and I don't like it. Um, so yeah, that was my takeaway. I mean, boom, 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 all those things that you mentioned, absolute legit. But it was the feeling and the vibe that I
And I
took
also
away
think you
from
can
it.
tell John and his team's experience because it was so well laid out with the audience sort of just off, central to the stage. And then you
Mm.
had all the consoles in rows, so you weren't tripping over people. Then you had us, and we had Rowan from MBP manuals. Is it MPB or MBP manuals? Sorry, Rowan, I've probably butchered that.
I don't know,
Um,
but either which way, he's coming back on
yeah,
soon.
yes.
He's got some
So
updates, and he's always fun to have on. So,
exactly, and he does
um,
the switch manuals and that absolutely brilliant.
and
And
he's
we're
always our sort of stand neighbour,
It's
isn't he?
always next to us, yeah. So, you had sort of a little oval of us near the bar. Then the other side, you had traders, bit of traders at the back. So
That
it
actually,
was
do you
never
know,
congested anywhere. It was very well organized.
we looked in having Rowan with us again because it created that little L-shaped corner for us, didn't it? That was just like that attraction on the other side of the room. So,
Yeah,
and Rowan stands
yeah.
always busy because of how phenomenal it is. So then we get the overspill of that. So
And he's
whatever's
for his manuals, he's well known. He's featured on Spawn Wave and shows like this on YouTube, some big channels, and
oh,
deservedly
absolutely.
so.
Yeah.
Deservedly so. So he always draws a crowd.
Yeah.
Everyone knows, Rose knows Rowan and his manuals, and we've done
And
some
he's a
two or
beautiful
three.
human.
He is. He's an amazing guy, and we always love having our stand next to his because we get on so well and have such a good time with him. So yeah, it was absolutely fantastic. If you went to OLL and you come and said hi, or you were there, or you enjoyed it, let us know. Usual places, you can contact us at.
Let me just round out by saying thank you again to Badabinkster, Digital Monkery, and Captain and
Hmm.
associated partners for their hard work and dedication,
Oh,
right?
without a doubt, we
Because
couldn't
there
done it
was
without them. Couldn't have
big
done it without
carry
them.
going on. Everyone who came down to see us, Carlos, Firm Returns, Gazcom, Tingle Tuner, you know you are. You came down, you made it special. We love you for it. And mate, let's not forget one last shout out for the winner, Erin.
Hmm.
A worthy second place in Mark, and a
Hmm.
more than worthy third place in Matt. A
Yep.
podium of winners. But
Hmm.
unfortunately, like Highlander RGT, there can only be one. But Erin's now in the fold in the Discord, possibly even maybe listening to this, because the
Hmm.
Discord's not a presumptive listen. Let's not forget that.
No,
Not
no, no,
only
exactly.
is the Discord a place for people to hang out and talk about the show, it's also a place for people to hang out and talk about video games completely independent of
Yeah.
what me and RGT waffle on about. So great community going on there. Further developments in that direction as well, mate. I'm super stoked and absolutely charmed and
Well,
kind
and
of a
don't
little bit
forget,
humbled, if I'm honest with you.
and if anyone wants to check out the Console Wars show, Captain filmed it. Really good quality filming as well. That is edited. That is on our YouTube channel. If you want to go and watch that, you can see the fun we had with that. Brilliant. And if you want to know what Console Wars was, we basically had a World Cup table, and that went. They were all drawn out against each other, all the consoles in the past, and went all the way down to a final and a winner. I won't say no more than that in case you haven't been to OLL or know the winner. Go and watch it on our YouTube channel. Give us a like, comment, subscribe, all the rest of the YouTube things that hit the algorithms. Do that, and I hope you like it. If you were there, like I say, contact us, questions at unofficialcontrollerpodcast.com or X or Instagram, anything like that. Or if you want to join the Discord, there's plenty of ways to you can jump on there with link trees and stuff. Come and join us in there and yeah, join in the party. But yeah, OLL 26 was absolutely brilliant success, and we loved it and can't wait to do the next one.
All that said and done, park
Yes,
it. Because
yes.
guess what?
What? Sorry, that was a bit aggressive. What? Yeah, I did.
Some people stand in the darkness, RGT, afraid to step into the light.
Heard this before somewhere.
Some people need to have somebody.
Somewhat. Some poo poo. Mm, this is payback. Every time you pull me up, I am listening.
I want it and deserve it. I need it to keep me grounded, especially after OLL. Keep me humble. Don't trip me up on that one. That was a simple kind of tongue twister. Um, but more importantly, mate, people came here. They've probably fast forwarded to this bit because we've got listeners all over the world who who weren't fortunate enough to be able to get to Norfolk. So I'm going to ask you, what, 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 uh, hmm,
You all right?
what, what have you been playing?
Jeez, that took a while. Everyone's trying to redial in their Spotify at the moment. What's going on with this? Something's going on. George has got stuck.
Hey mate, we're
Um,
on version 2.0, but I think I'm a couple of updates behind, so I've got absolutely no idea what's going on.
um, Infamous 2, I spoke about last week. Throat
Yeah,
chopped.
I was going
Done.
to say it's short, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a bit, it's not as short as I thought it was. It's still shorter than the first one. Um,
I felt
and
like by the time I just got going with it, up came the credits. I was like, oh,
yeah, and I think as well, I think it's one of them. I think there's like 30 odd missions, and I thought, oh, this is 35 missions, something like that. I thought this is going to take a while. And after my first stint, I was like 12 missions in. I thought, oh, I reckon another good stint on this. I can clean this up, which I did. I done it on the Sunday after OLL. Had to sort out, got all our gear and all that sorted out, bits and pieces, all that put away, and then thought, right, here we go. Let's get this finished up. I was off work on Monday, so a few little hazy Janes.
oh
Bish bash
God.
bosh, done. Yeah, proper sesh. I meant on the game. I didn't mean I got leathered.
How many
But
Hazy Janes did you have?
19 and a half. No, I didn't know. No, just a
So
four
we
pack.
know that's not true.
Yeah, yeah. No, four pack. I just had a few of those. I did finish with a couple of gin and tonics as well, just to savour the win. But that's not actually quite a lot. It make me laugh with you. If you say more than two beers, you're like, whoa, animal. That's not. No, it's only four little tins. That's fine. So
Four 330 mils of at least 5.6 ABV and two G&Ts
yeah.
heavily poured by a beautiful Donna, so no doubt probably quadruples. Now
No,
tell me that's not quite a good chunk of booze.
no, they were
Don't, George, don't
doubles.
over egg it, mate. It was slimline tonic. You know, we're trying to watch our waist.
It was slim on tonic. That's because she's diabetic.
Probably because of all the booze you've fed her.
Yeah, exactly. Uh, Go on the slim line, you put more gin in. Um, but yeah, so finished the game. I thought it was a fantastic game, really.
Yeah. It's
I've
better than the first one, and that's what hurts when it pops. It's like, damn it!
It is. It's even they've kept that sort of essence with the menus a bit. They've still got that sort of early PC game menu, but it works and I quite like it. But I do. I think the graphics are very much improved, even though they're not bad in the first game. But these are really good. Um, and I've said it before. Plays really well. I enjoyed the story. Um, yeah, and I thought it was good. I thought the challenge level had gone down a bit. I thought it was a bit of a there was I got stuck quite a lot in the first one where I was
Mm.
having to replay battles. This one I really hardly died at all. I was pretty much a breeze through, really. It wasn't
It
too
it
bad at
felt
all.
very Spider-Man-y, didn't it?
Yeah, and I think once you get the where you can get the where you upgrade like your grenades and stuff, once you get the
Yeah.
level 3 then they can destroy anything, you know. They are powerful things. The
I
only
mean,
ones I
yeah, I think looking at it through that lens, you're right. They kind of framed up the kind of combat that made it more exciting, but that actually OP'd you that like so much. And do you think it's because you had a familiarity from the first game, or do you think anyone's going to rock up and just blitz two like this? I think they are, aren't they?
I think definitely familiarity helped with controls and bits and knowing where you know what you can do with your different powers from your jump and to your and this one you could do this really made me think of Spider-Man games where you could do the grip electric grip where you could aim and fire it and pull yourself along like a web
Yeah, I got
and
was when you start to get those powers, the traversal really starts to become like a game, doesn't it?
yeah, and once you start using those and you start thinking you can see why a Spider-Man fan would enjoy this game. But yeah, I just think it's a that second difficult album that we always say, but I think they nailed it. They
Yeah,
made it
it's a
better.
good album in that
It,
through that lens, mate. It's a
it's
banger.
improved in every way. Like you say, a little bit shorter, but other than that, I think for the price you can get this game for nowadays, I think jump in, play it, enjoy it, because I think there's a lot
Yeah,
of
because
game
what
there for your
price is
money.
that now?
I think two is about £10 now in
Mm.
CEX in the UK. I'm not sure what it is, of our friends across the pond in the States, but
Be
it's
similar, won't it? I can't
similar. I
imagine it
wouldn't have
being
thought it's
any
much
different, really.
difference. Yeah, it's probably 12, £15, I suspect. But if your if you're starting a PS3 collection, get Infamous 1 and 2 without a doubt, because great games. And I've loved playing them. And me and George always say this, when you've got a good game, when them credits roll and Donna looked at me, Mrs. RGT, I should say, looked at me and went, "You're sad that's finished, aren't you?" And I was like, "Yeah, I was really enjoying that." And she's like, "Oh, can you find another one similar? Is there a third one on here?" I was like, "No, there's not a third one on
Even
here."
the
But
boss battle goes down a bit too easy, though, doesn't it? I'm thinking,
it wasn't hard.
is this it?
Yeah, it wasn't hard at all. I thought that was going to be a comeback. There's sort of a comeback he does, but then once you've got them bombs and you're just throwing them in him, that was just brilliant. That destroyed
What
him
else
really
you been
quick.
playing?
And one other game I got stuck into a bit this week. This is a game that Ginge suggested this probably a
Ooh,
year or two ago, maybe over a year. Let us know, Ginge, in Discord. I'm sure it was about a year ago. I've probably misremembered that. But anyway, and then DM's been playing it, and we were talking about it at OLL.
hmm.
So because I was off work Monday as well, that was my long weekend. I thought I think I might have a go at this and play it. And I tell you what, it's short. I've done it in the day. I think I'm gonna go back and try and platinum it. But it was so much fun. And the way I can think to describe this game, it's like Monty Python crossed with a look inside George's brain. Um, and this is a game called Thank Goodness You're Here.
That's it. Yeah.
Um, if you haven't heard of Thank Goodness You're Here, it's an award-winning game by a couple of developers, British developers. and it's like a 1980s cartoon set in a Yorkshire town, but with that very funny, almost slapstick comedy, silly comedy, but it just works. It's almost like a comedy show. It's almost like a UK animated comedy show. It's so good, so brilliantly written, and I just laughed from start to finish. And I remember when Ginge said about this, and I sort of looked it up and thought, "Oh, that's different. That's weird." But then once I actually started playing it, it's just from the accents to the things they do to the way it's animated. It's its own thing. I don't know if you can describe it as you're sort of in this town, you're waiting for the mayor to have a visit to the mayor, because your boss wants you to go and see him to, get the town more advertised and that sort of thing. But while you're waiting for him, you wander off around the town and you do all these random things helping people. And it's almost like Mr. Men. Some people have got really long arms. You always go really small and stuff. Like you'll go in the pub, and when you walk through the door, when you go in the pub, you're walking on the bar. Then you fall down the sink, you fall into the cellar where the beer is, and then you get sucked up the pint. You come out into a pint, and all as random things. But it's so funny, and you're just helping people out, and it just has these silly little comedy things. I mean, things from like these real simple things always make me laugh. So, for instance, I was walking around the park and I saw a sign on the post on the park, and that said "polite notice." And when I looked underneath, it said "hello." No, it's just things like that. Just tickle me. That was just brilliant. Definitely recommend it. If you're a PlayStation Plus subscriber, that's on there, so you can just download it and
Oh, right. Okay. Well, I'll
it's
get
on
into
there.
that then.
Yeah, download. I don't know if we had it as a. I think we might have had it as a monthly game, or it's just on Plus. I'm not sure, but it's definitely
Oh,
there.
that's a possibility. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm gonna definitely go back and try and platinum it. I think because I just really enjoyed it, and I just thought that was a breath of fresh air. Really, it's a game that not really anyone else has done. That's almost like a cross between a point and click and a sort of almost like a broken sword game, but a lot more silly. So you're walking around the screen, but you've got them point and click elements. So someone will need something, and then you'll go to someone else, and you need to do something else to come back to them to do that. But it doesn't make it too difficult. You will find places to go, and that will open up to what you have to do. Um, and the start of it is like a 1970s stroke 80s show. I saw actual real footage of a 70s Yorkshire, and the bus and the music is like George Formby, and it's just brilliant, brilliantly made. But yeah, definitely recommend it. Other than playing and writing up a couple of hidden gems, that is pretty much all I've been playing this week, young George. So, what about you?
Well,
What?
buckle up because I've got some interesting stories to tell. So, last week, I've been insanely busy Monday to Friday, I have to admit. So, I found myself adopting some peculiar gaming habits. One of them has been what can only just be described as a Class A addiction to GameDev Story. Now, I've been in rehab for this before. Obviously, I've relapsed. I've come out, downloaded it on my phone. I don't know why. I really don't know why. Anyway, I've been playing that. If anyone doesn't know what it is, it's like a very light game development simulator. Yeah, you can get it on a proper console, but no, I'm playing it on a mobile because we're real gamers too. I'm also going to talk about Candy Crush, so hold it down. Um,
Oh, wow. Hmm. Okay, carry
and
on.
Sudoku on my phone. Anyway, Game Dev Story. Look, we're going places now,
Please
RGT.
stay. Anyone listening, do not turn off. Don't get your finger away. I've said that to George a few times. Right, carry on.
Equally, I believe I've also said it to you.
Hmm. Recently, actually,
Let that be a story
there's
for off
actually
air.
there's actually video evidence of that as well.
Uh, yes. What I can only call as the unsullying.
Sorry, carry on.
Um, yeah, so Game Dev Story, insanely simple, insanely fun, hard to master, but when you do, oof, so rewarding. Great to be able to build a game company from the ground up in the early days of gaming and take it all the way through. Highly recommend checking it out. I think it's on Switch as well. So if you want to feel
I was
like a
going to say, I
real,
think, was it on Switch? I'm
yeah, if you want
sure.
to feel like a real gamer, go get it on there. It's probably on PS as well if it's on Switch, but mileage may vary. I play it on my phone. I'm not really going to talk about Candy Crush or Sudoku. Don't panic. I'm going to talk about Clair Expedition 33. Okay, all right. I am starting to enjoy this game. Slowly, a little bit at a time. It's making sense to me more. I'm picking up the rhythms a bit better for the defense dodge and the newly incorporated jump mechanic. So, yeah, and obviously the what's it called? Riposte or whatever. I can't remember now. Um, But anyway, it's all going on incredibly well. I'm enjoying the stories and the characters. I've been getting stuck in a few places, but then kind of getting through it. The game does allow you just to retry the combat section quite easily. So maybe this weekend I'm looking forward to diving into that a little bit more. But I have a report for Gazcom about the two games he brought me. He was doing a prowl at OLL, clocked previously mentioned game on Flashback. If you don't know what Flashback is, it's another show we do, part of the UCP family. It's free. Don't panic. It costs you nothing. Oh, don't worry. Okay, it's available everywhere, just like this is. Get it on YouTube. It's what makes me feel so happiest at the moment. And you want to make me happy? I think you do. Don't worry about it. Just do what you can. Anyway, um, we talked about these two games in particular. Now, the first one was the one that you came to tap me on the shoulder about. Came over, give me a polite nudge. You went, "Hey, fella, if you're into a bit of Seven Sins, they've got yourself a little bit over there." I looked at him. I said, "Take me to it now." So
Wow.
we
That's a
went
man
there.
in need.
I saw it, picked it up. I saw the price label, 20 quid. I thought, now's not the time to quibble this. As I picked up Seven Sins, I noticed something from exactly the same flashback episode. Midnight Club 3 Dub Edition. Whew, £2. Now that's a price I can get into. Let's
That's a
put,
good price, that is.
first of all, let's talk about the good news.
Midnight Club, then.
Midnight Club 3 Dub Edition. Yep, you got it, fella. First, top of the class. Club 3 Dub Edition is exactly what I said it would be in the episode of Flashback. It's a real deal. Forget your Need for Speeds, your Juiced, your Max Power, whatever RGT told you to buy. Park it. It's drivel, right? Get into what matters. PS2 Midnight Club 3 Dub Edition. This thing's legit. It's got its hooks into me like
What did you say
spice
you
into a
paid? Two
tramp.
pound? Was it £2, sorry, you paid?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
so
eight
it's
pound
cheaper
in
than spice,
yeah,
infinitely
£8 in
more rewarding.
CX.
Wow.
So you done great deal. Sorry, carry
This
on.
is where I go through scratch labour and realise it was 12. Anyway, money is whatever. Um, Midnight Club 3 Dub Edition. It's the real deal. Yeah, it's a PS2 game, but do you know what? With that wet floor and the rain, it's right on the border of looking early PS3, if I'm honest with you.
Mm.
Now, you might be saying, calm down, George. I know I'm getting a bit of myself. But in the world when this game launched, this was an absolute looker. I don't know why I passed it by. I'm not into the modding or whatnot, but I've chucked some mods on me Jetta, which was my starting car, and I've ragged it up the road, mate, and I'm having an absolute blast in that game. Can't say enough good things about it.
Is it
One
open
quite,
world? Or
huh?
is it open world game?
Yeah, it is. You kind
Mm.
of drive around this city and you see rivals and you kind of bump into them and then they drive to the race and you follow them. Cue a quick cutscene, which kind of loads pretty quickly or seamlessly, if I'm honest with you, which then drops you into the race equally as seamlessly, and you go.
Mm.
Um, AI is a bit heavy-handed at times. It's a bargy-bargy game, this is, mate. I tell you that. It's not a precise brake, accelerator, throttle at the apex, sort of tail braking kind of game. No,
Smash him into the fountain.
it's Mash X, although I remapped it to R2 on the here's your weekly plug Retro Fighters Defender PS2 controller. Boom,
Mm.
boom, check in the post. Cheers, Retro Fighters. Recommend. We don't have a
Oh,
deal. We don't have a deal, but you never know.
No,
Like the Sandman, you say their stuff's good three times, they might turn up and at least say thanks, mate. But
I never thought I'd ever hear you say that about a Retro Fighters controller. Soon got you turned on to them. Not turned on, but you know what I mean. Buying
no,
them.
I think literally, mate, because the vibrate function on the Retro Fighters Defender is second to none.
It
If
is
you're,
actually very good.
let me
Uh,
put it this way, mate, if you're plugging a controller, you plug the one with the best vibrate on it.
mm, that when I had that final boss fight in Infamous 2, I mean, there was some there was some vibration action going on with that controller.
Did you have it plugged?
Um, I had it wireless but plugged.
Good boy.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
So anyway, I mapped it to R2 and basically mashed that into the Retro Fighters plastic casing, sturdy ABS plastic casing, like an absolute son of a gun. Um, and you don't need to lift off. That's what the buildings are for. They steer you around the corner. But you know what? A real fun challenge, and it's one of those arcade kind of games where, like, if you come second, it's by half a nat, or because you span off being an idiot. But it's rubber banded, but the field is super tight, so lots of fun to be had there. We move on to the aforementioned bad news. Listener, viewer, you got the
Ooh,
viewer. By the way, yeah, I cheaped out. I moved the lamp down. You wanted to see my face. You got it. Um, I moved the mic out the way. Hopefully, you can hear me, audio listeners driving down the B1188 like that.
you are?
I hate these guys. I can't hear a word they're saying. It's all about the video, and I can't even lip read. Son of a bitch. I used to like these guys. Um, I love you, audio listener. You're the real deal, the OG. You were there from the start. This is a fad. YouTube will be dead in a couple of weeks. Don't worry about it. We're back on the audio feeds, right where we belong. Faces for radio.
Without a doubt.
Um, The aforementioned bad news, Seven Sins. Yeah, baby. Wow. Decided to rope in Rachel. Thought it'd be a good idea. Been sold the
Hmm.
concept that it was a Sims game. It's not a Sims game. It's not a Sims game. It's not a Sims game at all. It's a random selection of crudely put together Java mini games.
Hmm.
Held together with some, now I don't really care about any of this, but rather chauvinistic headwear.
Oh,
Sexist blazer and a little bit rapey shoes. Now, this character walked into my life, Mr. Seven Sins, with the aforementioned shoes, trousers, top, and hat. And I thought to myself, wow, okay, let's see what you're all about. Well, it's about getting to the top of this certain city, and you're not going to do it by clever means, fair or foul. You can do it by working in a woman's clothing retailer, trying to sell perfume, women's clothes, and the occasional brassiere if you can get them to a certain like status. Um, all while being watched by your boss. I've been sacked 4 times on the first day. Guess what? You just click back on work and you turn up and everyone's cool. Although I did get called out while at work and ran off crying. And when I went back to work, one of the clerks that works with me, female, came up and was like, that was embarrassing what you did back then, crying and running off the way you did. Don't know how you show your face here going forward. Thanks
wow.
for that, Maureen. You stick to the brassieres, Ducky, and I'll do the floating thingy on the shoes and perfume. Off you go. Anyway, got very in character. Calm
You
down.
did. Sounds like someone's
China.
yeah, someone enjoyed it a bit, I think, and was actually living this role out.
Well, to be honest, it's all balanced off in Seven Sins by if you do something good, you have to do something bad. Actually, character gets a bit too freaked out. Now, bad things, good things involve talking to people in a polite way, not being overly sexual, not being too
Oh
overly
no.
sexually aggressive.
I think I know where this is heading.
When you do nice things like, hello, madam, how may I help you? Oh, yes, I'm looking at perfume. No matter how they talk to you, you just take it, right? And I mean the verbal dressing down, whatever they give you, fine. Okay? That's your good thing. You can't really move that on there at that point, so you have to go do something bad. The bad things consist of
Oh,
urinating on flies to scare them off the plants, Can't
What?
imagine that would work in a retail environment, but you know what? 10 out of 10 for giving it a try. I think one of the other activities you could get involved in, which brought down your happy meter by bringing up your sin meter, was to offer to help a lady put on a shoe, which opens up a mini game where you have to keep a slewing target camera locked on her crotch.
No.
Rachel was particularly good at that. Um, oh, snipes there, just like
Yeah.
ooh, locked on.
Don't
I had
play
a
her at
go
time
and I was
crisis.
all
You're going to
over
get
the
hiding.
place, mate. I had like I was like at with my eyes like a chameleon. Like, oh my God, I didn't know where to be. So anyway, um, all that frames up with you getting sacked on a regular occasion, being sent to your house. You're trying to build up enough machismo to go work in the big city. Right now, I don't know whether I can tolerate much more of it because it controls, even with the aforementioned sturdy RetroFiles Defender controller. RGT, you owe me some big bucks this week. Um, it still controls like an absolute sack of dog do. So yeah, there's your update. We'll
You
park
playing
that
any more of this or going to go for 100% completion?
probably.
Yeah. Game of the year. God, put that in the Ponzi's.
Yes. Number one game, which will put it at least number four on the charts, which is worth doing.
Hmm.
So, RGT, with all that said and done, do you want to talk
Yes.
any more about our video gaming history, or would you rather bury that under a carpet or the patio like your last six victims? Which one is it?
It was 7, but yeah, bury him under the patio.
I can't keep up with the ravenous, blood-fueled pig. Okay, moving on. It's time for the news. We scour the very darkest regions of the
Wow.
internet, or at least the three top websites where you can get gaming news from the for the big consoles and a bit of retro, including the aforementioned teaser news, which is about Lana Del Rey. George, why do you bring in legit stars to reduce them to ashes on your news section? I don't know, but we're going to have fun finding out. First out the gates, RGT. It's pure Xbox. No Fraser Gilbert. He's had a bad week. He's
Oh
had a
no.
terrible week. He's been subconning for the VW Audi Group and rewriting their ECUs. It was only late Wednesday afternoon he realised he'd uploaded a Killbot program to the VW Golf model year 24. All it takes to initiate the Killbot program Fraser mistakenly initiated into the car is to select radio 2. Within 2 seconds, select radio 4. Within 2 seconds from that, turning your radio off. I imagine it's probably not going to affect many people, but we're just sort of hoping quietly that we get away with it. Fraser's been in touch with Lionel's lawyers, and obviously Lionel has very strict what I would call client confidentiality. So he called
Mm.
me straight away and told me everything.
Oh, cool.
In the meantime, he's peddling his sort of part-time job. It's Fraser Gilbert over at Pure Xbox. He's got some of that Samsung news, but don't worry, it's not just Xbox. It may apply to everybody. Samsung Dev announces council. Hmm.
Hmm.
So the Samsung Dev announces council house upgrade Windows for 2026, likely including Xbox, or is he announcing the count?
Oh
Help me!
God, you've
Help
you've
me!
you've killed it.
If we paid for an editor, that would all be taken out, and they'd
Yeah, I
now be
would.
hearing this. Samsung Dev announces for console release window for 2026, likely including Xbox. But what I like to think to myself, RGT, is that what keeps people connected to us because they know we're real.
Maybe. I hope so.
Anyway, let's get into this Samsung news, you little rogue. There's been a lot of talk about Samsung recently, the Steam game that racked up a ton of attention prior to its release, but then struggled to live up to the hype with mixed reviews when it launched a week ago. Nevertheless, the developer hasn't waited to push out a significant 2026 roadmap, promising lots of improvements over the coming weeks in particular. They've announced a full 2026 release window for the console version, so we're guessing that's got to mean Xbox Series X and S, probably PS5. Dare we say Switch 2? I daren't. Not right now. I daren't, because this game's one hell of a looker. Anyway, just give you a heads up on the update. The roadmap looks a bit like this. Update 3 is coming April the 22nd. That's going to be combat improvements, new cars, some keyboard turning up, tuning updates, damage taken update for players, NPCs and vehicles, some other drivel. Moving on to update 4, Wednesday, April 29th. There's some community reported feedback, polish, stability. Update 5, more information to come. Update 6, TBA. Content update 1, mid-May. That's the combat focus update. More details soon. Mid-June, you're going to get content update 2, which is a vehicle focused content update. And on your just this fall, we're going to get a console launch. Despite the difficulties that Samsung ran into at launch, we mentioned previously how we felt it could be an ideal scenario for Xbox fans. Wait until it's been more polished a bit more and then get hopefully a great version on console. Whatever happens, we anticipate there's going to be some significant interest in Samsung when it arrives on console, and I want you to sound off below whether you want to see this on console or not, or comment below whether I need to get my jewelry wired, or comment below if you think RGT's background's a bit special, or comment on the fact that mine looks like I have turned up for a podcast about cleaning, or whatever it is you're into, really. RGT, let's focus on you for this moment, though, because God damn it, I can see you're literally brimming to talk to me about Samsung. What do you know? What do you want? And when do you want it?
No, sorry, I thought we were doing a chant. Thought I was on a protest march then.
You can be
Um,
if you want.
no, you're fine. I've sort of been looking at this Samson game, but
Looks a
then I
bit good,
did.
doesn't it?
It does, but then I did see it's a similar sort of game to Mind's Eye, and I suddenly thought, oh, that game absolutely bombed. But I think that's maybe why it's taken a bit longer to come to console because they're thinking, right, we don't want to go down that route. Let's get this correct. And I think from what I've seen of it, it feels a very sort of console game. Now, not saying it isn't a PC
Mm.
game, but you could see this coming out on a console. Do you know what I
As
mean?
soon
It
as
was
the way I saw it, as soon as I saw that third person view and the way the cars were and the characters were, I was like, oh, this like begs for a bit of console.
Did you want me to download it off Steam this week and have a little go and let you know next week what I think of the game? How about
What, you
that?
think Lenovo can run that, do you?
Yeah, I mean, it'll look like a Spectrum and it'll be 1 frame per second, but I'll give it a go.
Mate, if you want to run to the expense of grabbing yourself a new game for your Lenovo, yeah.
I'll do
Use
it
the
for the
company credit
listeners.
card, why not?
I can't, I've maxed it. So
It's
I'll get us
actually
another
I
one.
actually took that out in your name.
Ah, that would, yeah, the bailiffs. That's why. Okay. That's why I'm Carlos. Okay. Anyway, no worries. I said
You wanted a
Carlos, not
company credit
Carlos.
card. I couldn't really find a way of doing it without defrauding you. So it's exactly what I did.
Well, it won't be the first time you've done it, so
And
you're
then
good
your
at it.
greed ran the card up. So,
Mm,
I'll be honest, RGT.
we're equally pricks.
Mhm. I was thinking more you give a man enough rope he'll hang himself. But
Mm.
yeah, I think you're framing me up as a bad guy for defrauding you when I was just trying to teach you a lesson
Oh,
about
yeah.
fiscal responsibility.
Yeah. How dare me? Yeah. Back to Samson. Yeah, I'll try and give it a go. If the Lenovo will pump out enough steam out of us air vents, I'll see if
It'll
that
get go.
can.
I'll send you some anthracite. That'll get it going.
Yeah, that'll get that'll get it good. Um, but yeah, I do like the look of the game. I think it's interesting, and it's as many games do nowadays at a multi-format. They seem to put that Steam as a test bed, put it out there, correct as they go, see what the feedback is, then release it on console. You know, Steam's quite an open area for that sort of thing, almost like an open beta, like an early access game. So yeah, it's interesting. Like you say, I do like the look of it. It'd be interesting to see where it goes and if it does launch. We like I say, we don't want another Mind's Eye, so let's just hope this is this release is at a decent state when it does come to console.
Do you know what I miss? Do they still make Chewits?
Yes, I believe so. I mean, I feel I've just blanked out and just come woke up about an hour later in the show. But
You
uh,
have.
oh wow, yeah, okay, yeah. Let's get on the subs list. So first up, we
No, we're not out of the news because you've been asleep. I've been patiently waiting for you to answer my question about Chewits.
Oh, we'll have to edit that middle bit out then. Yes, I think they do make chewits. Yes.
I'm going to get some this weekend. I don't know why. I got the ghost of one in my mouth, and I was like, I bloody love Chewits.
Yeah.
Um,
I used to like the advert with the dinosaur, like the
oh,
ripping the pack open like that. I always used to
so
worry
good.
when I was a kid. You think, no, don't eat the paper. Just peel them. Don't eat the paper.
Think how caring you are.
Mm. Anyway, sorry.
How do you think a 20-foot, 20-story high dinosaur with claws unwraps a human-sized Chewit? Well, do you think he could just tolerate the paper in his digestive tract?
Maybe, yeah. He's used to eating people and buildings, so I'm sure he can manage a bit of paper.
Good. Okay.
Mm.
One of the other
Right.
questions I want you to solve me,
Yes.
RGT, is many years ago, we all dreamed about owning a Neo Geo.
Oh my God, did we?
I would have given, I think I'd have probably given up my parents to slavery. I think I would have
Mm.
regretted it immediately, but maybe.
When you
No, I
didn't
would
get any
have.
tea that night.
Mm, yeah. And the electric turned off.
Yeah. So you
Uh,
couldn't play in a Neo Geo.
no.
That'd be ironic, wouldn't it?
Yeah. And once you've traded your parents and realised you ended up with a console of mainly fighters and you're more of a sim guy, I think I think the reality for Mumsy and Dadsy would be quite real.
Yeah.
But anyway, RGT, to those that are probably slightly less attached to their parents, tell me about how in the modern era
Mm.
there might be a bit of good news or maybe bad news about the Neo Geo generally. What you got going on here, friend?
This is over on Time Extension by Damien McFerrin.
What's he been up to?
What, recently?
Yeah, the last 24 hours. Give me a status update from waking to going to sleep.
He woke up, realised he was out of milk, and he just got one of them electric new e-bikes
At a milk or out of milk?
out of milk.
Yes, that makes more
Um,
sense.
so he went to go to the shop on his new electric e-bike. The throttle got jammed, so he had to jump off over near the co-op. It went through the window, destroyed the display they had in there. So he's now doing these time extension jobs to try and pay back the co-op for the window.
Oh, mate, do you know what? I'm glad he's doing better. He's had a not a great week, but certainly better than last week. He tripped and fell and swallowed his disposable e-cigarette and
No,
then spoke in clouds for 48 hours.
he's having a bad week. He is having a
He
bad week.
is.
I told him, I said, Damien, do not buy them cheap bikes off Timu.
What?
He just don't listen.
In between insurance claims, though, what did he find for us?
Well, the title of the article goes: the Neo Geo Plus AES saves you over $92,000 on the real deal. The value proposition is absolutely unreal. Um, Yesterday, PlayOn and SNK announced the Neo Geo Plus AES, a revival of the original 1990 home console that cost an absolute fortune back in the day. In fact, many existing AES games have ballooned in value since the system launched in the 90s, with prices often hitting thousands of dollars. Many AES games were produced in small quantities and have become incredibly collectible as a result. As part of the Neo Geo Plus project, PlayOn is re-releasing 10 Neo Geo games in physical form, with each cart costing $89.99. While this doesn't instantly seem like good value when you consider that you could pick up digital versions of these games for under $10 on most modern systems, not to mention as part of the excellent Evercade collections, when compared to the cost of the original AES carts, it's something of a bargain. Exactly how much of a bargain it has been is roughly worked out by Reddit user RGB2CO2N. Very catchy name.
An
Um,
enemy of yours, is he?
yeah, the RGTs and the RGBs, we're at it every weekend. Um, um, for instance, he's listed the old RGB enemy has listed some games here. Big golf tournament is obviously not all these are $90. So big golf tournament, new is $40,000, 20,000 CIB. Metal Slug $20,000 and $20,000 CIB. Oh, sorry, when it was new it was $20,000, $20,000 CIB. Samurai 5 Special, $16,000 new, $8,000 CIB, and the list goes on. And they just show this massive gulf in what they were new to what they are now. And he sort of made this total savings, which is, yeah, if you go by the figures, yes, but depends how you look at it, really. They've estimated that if you buy all 10 games at $90 each, you're saving over 92,000 US dollars compared to what brand new copies of these games would cost in 2026. I took the prices from Price Charting for AES US games other than Twinkle Star Sprites, since it is Japan only release, says the Redditor. The two values for the Metal Slug and Guru are the CIB prices since the new price was NA, not applicable. The value proposition for today's announcement is absolutely unreal. Even if you're only looking to compare them to complete in-box second-hand copies, the Neo Geo Plus AES Ultimate Bundle represents a saving of over 50,000 US dollars. It's worth noting that this figure is solely based on the value of 10 games purchased on their own and doesn't factor in the fact that you get all 10 games, the Neo Geo Plus AES console, and a bunch of accessories in a $999.99 cost of the Ultimate Edition bundle. Of course, all this assumes that you have no issue with your cash partially benefiting from one of the most controversial regimes of the modern era, something that a great many SNK fans aren't particularly happy about, and for good reason. Yeah, me personally, I went to purchase this week.
Are you
Uh,
kidding me? What, 999 for all that gear?
no, 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 no. I went to purchase just a system, 179.99. And then it dawned on me a bit. Me and Carlos have been going backwards and forwards on this on Discord. Then it dawned on me, hang on, I've got my SNK games on my Evercade, right? And this still isn't. This is just a replica of an AES, just a modern way of playing it, which my Evercade is. So do I really need it? And I thought, well, I'll try anyway. I said pre-order. So I went to pre-order. You have to pay the full amount up front, even though it's not out until November. And I thought, I do not trust that because one, there was no rumours of this. No one knew anything about this. It was just suddenly dropped out and came out. I haven't seen any gameplay footage of this. I haven't seen any footage of this working, yet they're asking for all the money up front. I was like, oh, I'm not sure about this. This almost seems like I know SNK are involved, and I know PlayOn have a decent record, but it whiffs of something that hasn't been perfected yet, but they're getting the money up front to fund the system.
I'll be honest, RGT, after you tried to kill me with your RGB comment earlier,
Mm-hmm.
I've now managed to resuscitate myself 10 cc's of adrenaline to the chest, couple of heart massages. I'm back here. Um, I find this fascinating. Now, 180 bucks ain't a lot. Seems odd. This whole thing seems odd. You're either remaking it or you're not. You're either
There's
emulating it
something not right here.
or you're not. I see all the price comparisons, and that's great. That's like me comparing a real Rolex to a replica. Oh yeah, it might be made by Rolex, but it's not the same as the official one. We've got slightly cheaper parts in it. Oh, guess what? Price bombs on that fake Rolex or semi-fake endorsed Rolex. This is exactly what this is. It's another half-arsed crack. What seems to be the kind of hidden bigger boys console. I think if you're in the market for one of these, you might be better off saving your money and trying to get the real thing. Now I know, yeah, but George, that's 92 grand. Is it? Is it really? There's compromises, there's workarounds, there's weights, there's eBay tries, there's this, there's that, there's the other, there's a non-box version, there's the loose. Is a 92 grand really applicable? I think there was one game in there, RGT, that I saw that was the big spiker in the prices.
Mm.
Which one was it particularly?
Was it the big golf tournament?
Big golf
Big.
tournament. I mean, CIB 20 grand when it was new 40 grand. I mean, yeah, great work on the savings versus new at the time, which is insane. CIB prices now brings it in at a more realistic 58, and then you've got this all racked up at 900 and then whatever for the system. Absolute drivel. I would say Carlos as my one man George fan club. Just hold on. I'm not getting good vibes here, mate. I'm not. And if this is still around in November, why not just get it then? Or are we talking limited numbers? But I didn't see any mention of limited run on this RGT. Is there
Well,
mention of it?
no, but also every picture we've got is pre-rendered Photoshop. There's no pictures of an
Like, one
actual
thing I will
console.
say, the picture grabbed me and I was like, wow, that looks amazing. Is it real?
Hmm, that's not.
No.
It's not a real image. There's
It's a
no.
shame because if they sent it like that, I would
But
immediately, I would throw down a grand on that.
but with Evercade, at least with Evercade, they will push a product. They'll, if they do a pre-order like they're doing with the Nexus, it's you don't pay for it up front. You wait for the system to come out.
Oh,
They promote it. They'll promote what they got, and you go through it. You'll see footage. You'll see the work and prototypes. You'll see
look,
things
we know
working,
they're good
and then you'll
guys.
put your money down on it. But this, why would this just suddenly come out of the ether from nowhere? And then people are just chucking their money down on a system that you don't even know if it's FPGA or anything. You don't know how these cartridges work. They reckon that's a one for one size, but there's no pictures of the actual system. I was like, what is this? And, do you know what this whiffs off of me? This absolutely reeks of the Neo Geo Gold Edition. And
Mm,
that stank the place out, if you remember rightly. And if you don't know
yeah.
what the Neo Geo Gold Edition was, that was like, oh, we're remaking the AES. But basically, what it was a half-assed handheld Neo Geo that looked nice, but emulated didn't emulate very well. And then that slotted into a case that looked like an AES that then just hardwired it into your TV. Didn't do very well. People still try and collect these, and the price has gone up, but it bombed a bit. And this has a bit of whiff of that. It
I
just
nearly got one, you know. I wasn't really in the I was in the sort of retro collecting scene at the time, but I've never been a big Neo Geo mark, I have to admit. But this thing came out and it was like, oh my God, I need it. Because for God's sake, of course I do. It's a handheld that goes in this thing
I've
and then
done
it
the
goes on the
same.
telly and it looks like this. But I started to see some sort of
Once you
hints that it,
researched it and you thought, oh, actually, they're just using that name
well,
to get people to spend the money. And
and don't forget, at initial price point, that was not a generous price.
no,
I think
no.
now, as you say, it's probably half reasonable, but people have started to cotton onto it a bit because it's got the name, so it's ratcheting up undeservedly so, but it is what it is.
And
Um,
I think there was something weird because I think SNK was sold, so someone bought the name and then made this Neo Geo Gold Edition that wasn't
One
really
thing
the
I'll say,
quality
if
of what
that
Neo
if they
Geo was.
start to produce some unboxing videos where that render and that big box with the console and the fight stick and everything in it ends up being legit, and I see this thing opened up and it looks and smells, I'll pay a grand for cardboard. You know, I will. I'm crazy. I
Mm,
will.
Oh
RGT,
no,
don't simmer down.
no,
I'll
I
do
know
it.
that's in.
I'm doing it.
You're correct. That's in
Get me the
the
website.
best world scenarios. But at the moment, people are putting down their money on something they haven't seen. They haven't seen what it's made out of. Don't know if it's FPGA. They don't know what the game case is, how big they'll be, or what they look like. All you're seeing is renders, and you have to pay the full amount up front. Sorry, this feels like a Kickstarter scam. I know it
Do
isn't,
you
but
reckon
it's
if
got a
all the
whiff.
games are actually on the system and there's just this little magnetic chip or NFC thing inside that just goes, all right, yeah, he's paid for that cart. You can play it, pal.
Well, it reminds me a bit also of the Poly Mega when they were all FPGA modular. You put everything together, and people were putting all their money down on the Poly Mega, and then they sort of they took the money on what they were going to do before they could do it. And this seems a similar thing because then they come out and release the little statement on Facebook went, oh, sorry, it's not FPGA now. And everyone went, whoa, hold on. What do you mean? You said that was your main selling point.
Well,
Now
what would
it's
be the point of it if not?
you're now all you're doing is dumping the ROMs. So you're not really necessarily, and then that all started. Yes, Polymega's still done okay. People still use them. People like them for the discs because you can put your library on and play them like that. But actually, for cartridges and the FPGA side, that was their selling point that was suddenly taken away because they took the money first before they developed the product. And this feels a bit like that. Is this actually made yet? Is this made yet? Or are they funding it by selling it before they've done it? Because you could end up with quite a plasticky, crappy product. I hope I'm wrong.
I
If you've
think I
pre-ordered it,
think
I'm
the
sorry,
latter.
but
I think the latter. I think they're collecting the money and then they'll start making it.
Yeah, exactly what I'm saying. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what I think.
I
I
think
think
that's
it is.
exactly what'll happen.
So I don't necessarily think what you're seeing on here is what you're going to end up with, if I'm honest.
Let's move into the next bit of news.
Yes, definitely.
Let's just say be bloody careful.
Yeah,
If
I
you can
very nearly
afford to
went,
chuck
but
179 quid away and wait till November, fair play to you. If you can't, stick well away. I know I'm
mm,
get a bit hot-headed and say, "Oh, that cardboard looks good." It does
I know.
look good in the render, but don't get
Yeah,
seduced.
and I know I always say about Evercade, but for a fraction of the price, the Neo Geo collections on Evercade are brilliant. And they cover these, and they're there to play on a very cheap. If you just wanted the handheld, the little Neo Geo handheld, or the little what are they? I can't remember what they're called now. Super Pockets. Get little handheld Super Pockets. They're about 50 quid. You pick the games up with the multi carts with Neo Geo on for $20 each. Brilliant, and they play brilliant. That's a great way of playing it if you don't want to risk nearly £200 with postage on this. So yeah, yeah,
You done?
yes.
Do you want your last
Rant
bit of
over.
news?
Oh God, do I?
Okay. Well, Liam Doolan's been busy because
Oh no.
he's changed his name back to Liam Doolan because he changed his name to Lana Del early this week, but then obviously because it matched the LD, but then forgot that he had the Ray on the end, so he was just walking around. People were shouting, Mr. Dell, hello, Dell, and obviously he realised it was a bit of a mistake.
Should
So
have
he
had a boy
changed
on.
Lana Del Boy.
AI image, please.
Um,
Discord.
play your video games. Well, Liam Doolan, all joking aside, he works for Nintendo Life and he's got this story. Lana Del Rey releases 007 First Light official theme song. Give that a listen if you feel mildly interested in probably her floor sweepings of songs she couldn't find anything better to do with. But the talented singer and songwriter Lana Del Rey has today released her theme song for 007 First Light. As highlighted by Rolling Stone, First Light is a grand orchestral affair embellished with motifs from James Bond theme song. The track's been composed and written by David Arnold, who previously scored 007 movies such as Casino Royale and Tomorrow Never Dies. David Arnold, having been part of that musical lineage, I understand how important it is to honour its heritage while allowing. Is David Arnold, do you think, American?
Yeah,
Arnold.
I don't know.
Having been part of that musical lineage, I understand how important it is to honor its heritage while allowing it to evolve.
It's actually from
Lana
Birmingham.
Del, hey man, Lana brought in elegance, atmosphere, and a song that felt perfectly suited to continue in that tradition while introducing something fresh for a new era. Cheers, Dave. Lana Del Rey apparently wrote a song intended for Spectre, but it was British singer Sam Smith, woo, woo, who went on to perform Writings on the Wall for this movie. The theme song announcement how follows news earlier this month that 007 First Light had been delayed for Switch 2. Instead of launching on 27th of May 2026 alongside other platforms, the Ninty version is now scheduled for later this summer. Earlier this week, spoilers related to First Light also reportedly surfaced in the classification board leak. Apart from Lana's involvement in the theme song, the singer and musician Lenny Kravitz, Are You Gonna Go My Way, will appear in 007 First Light as a black market dealer named Borma. I don't know, RGT. What do you make of all this? More importantly, listener, viewer.
Jeez, it's too much coffee. Far too much coffee.
Viewer. What did you make of all that? I mean, it's been a while since we've seen a pop starlet lower themselves down to the very rattlesnake belly like level of writing a Bond song for a Bond video game. Park yourself. I know you're going to come out swinging for Bond. Come on, baby, let me have a
No,
box.
no.
Hang on, hang on.
Jesus.
The previous person was Joss Stone, I think. Would you agree? On the
No idea on
PS2
that one.
trilogy?
You've got me on that one. Was that
Fine.
PS2, Joss Stone?
I think so, wasn't it? She did the song on that.
That's
Because we haven't
scary.
had any standalone kind of non-movie related Bond titles per se, have we? Other
Mm,
than those ones, Russia with
mm,
Love, but that obviously already had a tune for it by
mm.
who's that? Dame Shirley Bassey or someone. Anyway, moving on. Uh, what do you think about Lana Del Rey getting lower than, yeah, a snake's scrotum?
Well, I think first of all, with the money that video games make, she's probably been paid better for doing this than she would do a film. Um, that'll probably be make a lot more money than a Bond film. But I think that's quite genius, really. I think that's bringing the level of the game up because they're treating it like a movie. You're going to have someone famous doing the theme tune, but you're doing it for the game, not for a movie, and that's bringing it up into the ether of the Bond, the whole Bond, fiction, which I think's brilliant. I
When was
think
the
it's a
last
great idea.
time you ever listened to, I don't know, the song off the 007 game on PS2, though?
The last time I played it.
2005. It
Yeah,
all feels a bit 2005 to me. I think they had to do it,
I
give it a
love
bit
it.
of
I think
gravitas,
it's brilliant.
make it
Yeah.
feel Bond package. I think it's good. I think it'll add that sort of niceness to it. I will smile about this conversation. They want to play it, and I am playing it because I'm hyped for it. I'll probably
I
come
still
out.
think it's going to be my game of the year. It's going to be my game of the year.
Mm,
I've
all
already had
right.
I've already had grief for this off young Sebastian, but then when he did see the trailer, he was like, "Oh, actually, this does look quite good."
No, it was me who said that.
And well, Seb did as well. He laughed at me for saying it was my going to be
We need to
my.
get him back on. Actually, I need to message Bobby. Bobby's like pumped. He's biting at the bit.
Mm.
Let me out and let me out. I want to get back on the show. I want to literally rip RGT asunder, wear him as a suit.
Wow, one entrance.
Imagine him exploding out of you with a load of PlayStation noise.
Yeah, like an alien movie. Me retching round on the table and Bobby's head pop out.
Wish we had money sometimes. I really wish we had money.
Well, stop keep raiding the petty cash for all your little fetishes, and then would be all right.
Why do you put your guilt on me?
I don't put my guilt
I
on
have
you.
zero fetishes, and I
Oh, what
raid.
do you
I
have?
never raid.
You have zero feta cheeses.
Yeah, I don't have any. I'm allergic to feta cheese. That's why I
Oh
don't
yeah.
have it. Yeah, I'm not into
Why are
feta
you
cheese.
why are you allergic to it?
It kind of it's quite claggy, and I tend to gorge on it if I'm honest with you. I'm not mucking about, and I just bury my head in a big pile of it, a bit like Scarface, but cheese, the cheese equivalent.
My God, that was like you just opened up then and just admitted it. It's a little claggy, and I go to town on it a bit.
So we don't let that in. We don't let that in
Sorry,
the
anyway,
house.
007. 007. Yes,
Yeah.
I think it's brilliant. I think it's a great idea. Lana Del Rey, be awesome. I'm still imagining you with feta cheese, but anyway. What about you? Do you think it's a good idea to have this song on a game? Please speak.
I'm just
Come on,
feta
give me some.
cheese, feta cheese, feta cheese, feta cheese. Yeah, that needs work on a t-shirt. But
Oh,
yeah, somehow
nearly
someone's
sprayed
got
my
to
laptop then.
workshop that. Oh my giddy aunt.
But yes,
All seriousness, yes, it does raise the caliber. It definitely raised the caliber of the PS2 game. So I remember this getting similar noise. I think we might even have talked about it in flashback actually, about her doing it, or may have talked about it within the last 6 months. I think just generally on a show. Message back. People listen to every second of what you've said, George. You've never mentioned Just Staying before. Fair play to you. I've definitely thought it because I played it not that long ago. But yeah, I think this raises the level. I like the fact they put it out as a single though, especially
yeah,
ahead of the game's release, just to just curry
yeah.
a little bit of maybe a slight action right down at the bottom of the Spotify charts.
I think, yeah, probably. But I mean, it'll do it. At the very least, it's going to boost the game. I think. I think you're going to.
100%. I take what I see it doing is you install it on your console, you play it, and immediately the package is elevated. The naked girls, the flames, the music, it's got it all. And then boom, it
Mm,
slaps you up in the face with some pretty good looking visuals, to be fair.
yeah,
And
very
I
good.
think by the time we're not talking, PS2 anymore, we're talking pretty damn good visuals. Bam,
Mm,
which is if I hope they play it right, They do a cold open like a Bond movie, except there's no settings, controls, or any of that drivel. It just lets the default of the console get you to the point where that thing plays.
Yeah, they will. They will. I bet you they
So it's
will.
like, boom, straight into it.
Yeah,
And you're like, oh, crikey. Bit of a tutorial mini, cold open, bam, Lana's music into some sort of hub world back at MI5 where you can then settings, fine tune it, surround sound, all that good stuff. And you're into the game. Seamless
yeah.
experience. Gone
Mm,
away.
mm.
Um, I wish I knew what I was doing because then, you know, but I'm sure everyone's thinking this. RGT, I would say that's the news one and done. Feel like we've done well. Pat
Yeah.
each other on the back, do an elbow drop. Probably RGT's looking at me, he wants his prawn vol on. So you do a bit of housekeeping quick, I'll do a bit of housekeeping quick, and then we'll jump on the subs list.
Yes. Usual stuff, really, guys. Website, uncontrollerpodcast.com. Check that out. There's plenty going on there. You're now seeing a lovely zoomed in image of George's face. Um, especially if I
They
stop
won't.
talking.
They can't. Oh, now I've talked. They can see it. Now they're done.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So yeah, so check out the website. Hopefully we'll get some bits and pieces up of OLL on there soon. So we'll have our little events and bits and pieces on there, which is good. Interesting to see if you weren't able to go. Check out the YouTube channel so you can, like I say, watch OLL on there. You can watch this show if you're watching now. Thank you very much. Hello, comment, subscribe, like, all the rest of it.
All this up here,
Yeah.
down there, whatever it is, press
If you're
all
not,
of it.
yeah, if you're not one for videos, we have the audio edits on there as well. We have the audio a flashback on there as well. So there's plenty for you to watch and like and all the rest of the bits and pieces. We've got X. You can check out on X, and I think there's link trees in there for
It's
Discord.
dangerous on there, mate. It's
Yeah,
edgy.
it's
It's me.
dangerous.
It's raw. It's unfiltered. It's not really. It's me posting generic updates off a Buzzsprout.
Exactly. And then Instagram as well. Check that out. And again, you will see the link trees and bits on there. Check me out at Retro Gamer Thomas on there. Link trees again if you need to join the Discord. But overall, we'd love you to come and join the Discord. Erin joined as champion of the Final
If
Fantasy
she
IX
can,
Skipper
you can.
Challenge. Exactly. And
And guess what? Erin Kane did it in person.
yeah,
Takes
yeah,
guts. You just
yeah.
sit there and press subscribe on a thing, right?
Exactly, yeah. But it's a great place to be with plenty going on. Loads of little challenges and quizzes and hidden gems and just general chat. And the thing is, rewarding thing, I know it's not for everyone. We're not saying everyone should be in there. If it's not your thing, it's not your thing. But when we saw people meeting up to come and see us, who only knew each other through the show and through Discord, you'll make new friends, and it's a great place. And people have made really good friendships out of this.
If
So
this
yeah,
show went into its death spiral right now, the very fact that that came out of it
yep.
is enough for it to be a
It's a
bloody
very
good
proud
thing.
moment. Yeah,
Yeah,
very
mate,
proud moment. So,
absolutely, 100%.
so yeah, check all those out. Is there anything you want to add for housekeeping, George?
More action on the YouTube. I know audio guys, I know you're like, oh, this is garbage, all this video business. I don't even want to look at him anyway. And RGT looks like a pencil top, a bloody idiot selling himself
I
out on
do. I
video.
do apologise for that.
But, just subscribe, sign up your grand, subscribe her as well. Let's boost it. Let's fake boost it. Get that place in China where they've got a million phones up all on the wall. Pay a bit of money to them for us. Get this thing through the roof. Then RGT can retire while I clip his toenails and no doubt massage his ego. That might be a euphemism for something. But
I do love a good old ego massage.
that's what you call it.
Mm.
It seems to be one of those jobs that always seems to sort of get out of hand, sort of grows out of all
Oh no,
proportion.
gets in the hand.
Mm, yeah. You're a
Yeah.
big guy, so proportion wise, it kind of starts
Mm.
to unravel on a smaller gentleman like me. And you're looking down perspective wise, you
Mm.
might see a cocktail sausage, but when you stood under it, um, yeah.
That's part of Spaghetti Junction.
There's me like seven sins. Oh yeah, RGT. What a little bit of that.
Anyway, if you still listen, thanks very much.
Hmm.
Do apologise. George took it smarty then.
I don't think necessarily. You could say that. I think I left it open to interpretation.
Yeah, yeah, definitely, definitely. But yes, anything else before we get into subs?
Um, no, just that one resounding. Please, just if you've
Yes,
stumbled across
if you
this
could, yeah.
and you've got this far, hey, you've got some staying power. No one can call you a quitter.
No,
Click like. But I think we'd appreciate it. We've been around a while. Must be must be doing something right. But obviously, we're
exactly.
not very good at this video malarkey. But we're
Mm,
getting there. I
yeah.
thought a light. Mm,
Well,
anyway, let get let's get to the subs list. Let's not
yes.
expose my
Would you like to go
setup.
first or second?
Well, it's all to play for now because we've got a new
Mm,
supporter. Did you want to do a quick tiers run through? Nah.
they'll be on there. If you want to know the tiers, they're on every episode description. So look at the bottom of the
Even
show
on the
notes, and
tube.
even on the tube. So have a look. But they're all on there. So are you going first?
I'm just
Would you
trying to
like me to
find the
go?
email. I've got it.
So come on.
Um,
Don't try and work it out in your head.
I'm
Would you
not.
like you are.
I'm going to go first because I want to personally thank Gazcom. He's such a
Okay.
great guy. I've been very
He is a
busy with
lovely
work,
guy.
but he has been he's joined the show. He's messaged. I probably need to check see if I've got an outstanding message. Hopefully, I haven't. He was after some gaming advice as well, but then also stealthily dropped that he subbed. So I'll be
And he's
honest
got
with
two
you.
t-shirts on the way because he got the Georgie Boy offer. Plus, he went in at top tier, so he's got one. So he's got two t-shirts.
Mate
So
K, while the sun shines, handsome. Just want to
exactly.
say, if you're watching this on video and if you're listening, and I think you do listen, so unfortunately, if you want to come home and see this heartfelt thank you from me with my face on it, you're gonna have to lower yourself to get in on YouTube. But Gazcom, mate, seriously, thank you so much for joining the
Definitely.
family. We already were in the family, but coming in to support the family, that's be honest with you, that's a big step, mate, and we
Mm,
appreciate it.
we
Everybody who
certainly
comes in
do.
and does this, I know we muck about, and it might be time for a little bit of Georgia seriousness for a while, but damn hell, guys, you're moving the needle for us. You're making us feel like real people. So,
Hmm.
um, thank you, and thank you, Gazcom. Thank you for coming to OLL. Um, Great to spend some time with you. Looking forward to getting to know you even more as the years
Hmm.
roll on. Who's next, friend?
Next up, we have the awesome Captain Scarlet, the what we like to call the editor, the graphics, the video editor. What more can I add? Stylist.
I'm starting to see him. He's in the background controlling. I think he's put
He's
a chip in
controllers.
both of us. He's started this video thing. Like we're both sort of in
On
front of the
strings like a
camera.
puppet, yeah.
Yeah, we don't want to. I'm like fighting it. Like audio, viewer. I don't know
Mm,
what's going on. I've been
mm,
reprogrammed, RGT. You
yeah,
saw me have a viewer breakdown earlier.
yeah, yeah. So he's doing great things behind the scenes, from graphics to thumbnails to the website to some of the thumbnails he comes up with don't even get published. The guy's churning these over all the time, and some of them are absolutely brilliant, and some of them are just hilarious. He sent me one
I
this week, which
don't
was
know if the you in a wig has broke the meniscus of the community, but I really do think it needs to RGT. I don't know what the hell is go. I don't even know why I got sent that image, but I tell you what, I banked it, and I tell you where I banked it in that bank. That's all I'm saying.
wow. That's worrying because I thought that looked like my mum, but we won't go there. So who we got next?
She is a beautiful woman because she's
Yeah.
my mum. Maybe that's why I
Even
liked her.
worrying, even more worrying. If you got that in the bag. Who we got next? We've got to get off this subject.
Love you, Mrs. RGT, um, senior. Up next, we well, not that I don't love Mrs. RGT.
Sorry,
I
mum.
just want to keep it straight. Um, Thanks for listening. Up next, I get the pleasure of welcoming in the freshly rebranded, the freshly repumped, reprimed, and redecorated fur case style. It's Retroid.
Thanks, Retroid, as always. Um, Next up, we have the wonderful gentleman who we had the pleasure to meet, and that is the One Man George fan club. It is Carlos. I mean, what a stylish gentleman he is. Sat and had a couple of beers with him. Absolutely brilliant.
I tell you what he
Great,
does. He
great lad.
rocks up And immediately he installs in me. He's a vertical bloke. He's up tall. He's a
Mm,
well put together chap. And I mean that in a very endearing way. And he has this way about him. And you kind of sit down talking to him and he just kind of just gives you it. And you're like, yeah,
mm.
I'm into this dude.
He's a
And he
legend.
just kind of taps into this vein of something and he just speaks sense.
Mm,
It's almost like I've tapped into another part of my brain that I didn't actually know I could access. And all of a sudden, I'm saying things out of Carlos's mouth, and he's saying things out of my mouth, and we're both saying things to each other's mouths. It was a great experience, and one I
mm,
look to do again very soon.
mm. Yes, so yeah, thank you, Carlos. Who we got next in George?
Fern returns, another man who rocked up on the day, looking. He just he's calm, he's stylish, he's debonair, and he kind of just slews around. He just
Mm.
appears. He's like, boof, he's
You
Fern
almost think
returns.
he's on a hoverboard because he just drifts past.
You're absolutely right.
Oh, yeah.
He didn't walk, he floats.
I wonder if he had Heelys on.
Ooh, you caught me on the edge. You simmer down right now. No, he didn't have Heelys on. Although, let's go down that road. Yeah, he did.
Oh no. Sorry, firm returns. I might have to start something here. I'll apologise before his statement.
Just that's how he did it. No, that's it. That's it. Spark it there. But absolutely great to speak to him. He's
Yep.
again
Yep. Another
just
wonderful guy.
a calm listener. You'd think the way I carry on here, everyone would be nuts, but it's my biggest fear. But everyone's actually really decent and
Mm,
kind, and I'm going to say it, loving RGT. So,
mm,
firm returns. Absolutely great bloke. Great to meet you. Thank you.
hmm Um, next up, we have the wonderful Trestles of New York. Unfortunately, they couldn't make it over. Because they had a restaurant to run in New York, but
Come on,
long time
guys.
supporters. Yeah, make the effort. Long time supporters of the show. So thank you as always.
Up next, the man who didn't make it down, and that should make me frown. But I know he's listening, and I know he loves us, and I can't wait to see him again. It's the fantastic Roast Space Monk.
Yes, I got him a little present because he weren't there, so I'm sending it up to you, Roast Space Monk. So,
Who
um,
says we don't care? Well,
yeah,
you anyway.
yeah. He said he could. It's a long way for him to go. He lives a long way away, and it was always going to be a struggle for him to come down. So I thought, well, I'm going to get him a little present, and we can send up to him to say that we missed you, but we will meet up again soon. So, yeah, thank you, Roast Face Monk. Next up, we have the wonderful guy that is Bada Binkster. He was there behind the scenes with his lovely sort of stylized moustache, his
Hey,
cool glasses. I mean, the guy just oozes sex appeal.
tell you what, we rocked up. Here comes Badder. He's got his hat on.
Hmm
He's got his hair out the back. He's got his tash, as you say, his glasses, his white big tee. The guy is just freaking cool. He's
Mm.
channeling that Italian machismo right down from his inner DNA, and he's
God, is
wearing
he?
things that you and I would be like, "Oh God," and he just looks absolutely $1 million. The guy, you could tip him in to a bin and pull him out wearing nothing but a bag of prawn cocktail crisps over his privates, and he would be this most stylish man in the street.
Yeah, without a doubt. Rocks up, round the corner, OLL, CRT, Bosh. There you go, boys. Put the PlayStation on that bad boy.
Not just any CRT though.
No, no. A gorgeous,
Unbelievable.
gorgeous CRT. Sony, I believe.
Who's
Um,
next? Is it me?
that's you next, yeah.
Well, another man who came down. He's always coming down. And I love to see him, although I'm insanely intimidated by him because he's so freaking handsome.
Mm,
I nudged Carlos and went, that's Tingle Tuna. And bloody hell, he was a bit intimidated because
I'm
he's
not
just so
surprised.
handsome. He's so
Mm,
kind. He's insanely funny. I don't know why he ain't got his own podcast, to be fair. But he comes along so kind, so loving, so funny. I love
yeah.
spending time with him. What a great guy.
And the
Um,
thing I liked as well, he's a clever guy because he had a few pickups there, and one of the pickups for his 3DS collection, which is very curated and awesome,
don't,
was
don't, don't, don't. I knew you were going to do this.
was quite cheap, so he done really well. There was no
I'm
mi-
into you. I
Yeah,
like what you're
that's what I
doing.
mean. Yeah, yeah.
Subterfuge.
So he got a bargain on a game that's normally quite expensive. Don't know how he done it, but he did.
Well, I heard that the other pickups that he had, word got around that he had arrived because everyone was so kind. 90% of people just gave him it for free,
Mm,
and the other 10% did him at least 50% off, if
mm.
not more.
I did hear that. Yeah, I heard that as well. And also, you don't if you get in Tingle Tuner's collection, it's an honour if you've sold him that game.
I'll be honest, yes, it is.
So they were like, we need to know that our JRPG just slipped into his shelf.
I want him to know. Hopefully, I showed him in some way on the show, but I want him to know that I bloody love him.
Yeah, he's awesome.
He
Absolutely
is.
brilliant. So yes, thank you,
And
Tingle
I
Tuner.
probably showed him my rather sort of weird way. It's probably totally inappropriate,
No,
but
you're not weird.
really,
Anyway, next up we've
thanks for
got
the support.
no problem. Yeah, yeah,
Paranoia 100% in check.
you're not weird. I promise. What film's that from? Um, next up we have
Comment below, viewer.
yeah,
Viewer,
comment.
viewer, viewer.
Yeah, if you there. Next up, we have Digital Monkery, another one of our supporters on the day, and who ran the challenge accepted for us. Just perfectly, didn't miss a beat. Actually, blew all my expectations out of the water. I knew it'd be popular, but the setup, the CRT, the PlayStation, the game, it looked period. It looked fantastic, and it was an absolute show stealer. Absolutely brilliant. Yeah, guy's a legend. So thank
I've
you.
got a
Digital
message
Monkery.
for him.
Oh no. Get ready on the edit button.
You believe in you because you are the real freaking deal.
Oh, that's actually quite normal. Wow. Right, who we got
That's
next
from
then?
the bottom of my heart.
Who we got next?
Huh. A
Mm,
man who appeared in person, and it was made particularly awkward because within the last calendar week, I had seen the slice of his scrotum.
mm-hmm,
He owned it up front and raw.
mm-hmm.
Rainbow towel, the lot. Squeezed
Yeah.
either side like a very expensive wafer thin ham sandwich. Not from Tesco, but from like a high-end garden centre. They went
Mm.
all out. Probably a
Oh
full
God.
packer. Full
Yeah.
pack of what? 50 pack?
Easy. Easy.
But either which way, I was glad to see him. It's always good to see him, and he's a beautiful, good lady.
Mm.
So, yeah, another great show at the show.
Bald border, by the way. Um,
I thought everyone would know from the scrotum story.
yeah, well, I think not everyone knows about the Floss 360 trick, which he actually we spoke about in the show as a joke. The guy busted the trick out. So if you can imagine, if you could someone imagine someone flossing with a towel on a skateboard, he done it and sent us the evidence. So it's like Tony Hawk's Tony Hawk's game if you crossed it with seven sins.
Thing is, I didn't even know you. I suppose if you just got out of the shower and you're using the towel to floss and dry your nether regions,
Yeah.
it makes sense to pop a 360 on your skateboard. I just don't know
Hmm.
why those things combined.
He loves skateboarding. It was a challenge. Thought, right, I'm going to nail this, and he nailed it. Next up, we have the wonderful Boba, who unfortunately couldn't make it this time to our
No,
low.
I
But
got a picture of him there.
did you?
Yep, he
Was
came as a rear headlight of a car from Forza.
oh nice. Oh, that's
So
cool.
there was a tall guy rocking around with like a black helmet on with a red dot in the middle of it. Looked like a kind of maybe like a modded car rear light lens or something off a car from Forza. I know that tickled DM, so I left that. I'll leave that there as a little Easter egg. And if
Yes.
anyone wants photographic evidence, someone had better find someone who can take pictures better than me because yeah, I've just got a picture of a black mess with a red dot on it. So who's next?
That's you next.
Of course it is. My
Hmm.
beloved son, Ginge. Now, when's your birthday, boy? I know I should know, but you're not really, although you're my son, you're actually the child of a woman I used to date. So we've got no genetic connection at all. But I love you like a son anyway. But I need to know when your birthday is because you get a special perk of getting a video call on your birthday at least. So holler at me and I'll put it in my personal diary so it flashes up and I'll just ring you. Hopefully you got the day off. If not, it'll be at the job site. Uh, yeah, I don't perform well in front of crowds, but I'll give it a go. Anyway, insert usual strongman comment here. He raised an eyebrow. A swan died in Canada.
Thanks,
Thanks for
Chidge.
your support, son.
Yeah, thanks, Chidge. Um, Next up, we have the awesome Harvey Retro, who this week has made a perfect announcement of a podcast he's doing. Yes, and you know I do love his um, YouTube channel when he does his catalogs. He's now turning that into a podcast with different guests. People pick the years of the catalogs and they're going to go through and pick what they're doing. And I just think, what a
That
wonderful
has
idea.
got stratosphere written all over it. That's what we should have done with Flashback. That's an idea, but good.
Yes,
Wow.
that's an idea, but good. But yes, as
Top of the class, global podcasting superstar. Don't forget us on your climb up the greasy pole, friend. We love you,
yeah,
and that
but
is going
keep
to
an eye for
go
that. That is
big
called,
numbers. That's going to do insane.
yeah, my retro catalog journey. That's called. Check Harvey Retro out on Instagram, give him a follow and a like, and then you'll get news of when this podcast is coming out. That's a great idea, great
Strap in on the
concept.
launch pad now for something that's going to make Artemis 2 look like a wet fart. This dude's going to hit the switch in that thing. Boom. Every man, woman, and dog gives a rat's ass about what was in that catalogue. You've got the lingerie section, you've got the camping section, you've got all that stuff in between. Then you've got toys, video games, and bikes, and you're out the door with cuddly toys. It's like an episode of Generation Game.
And not
Yeah.
only that, you vote on what the next episode is. You get to vote on what
Audience
year it is.
interaction. I tell you
Yes.
what, the boy's turned up, he's listened, he knows about podcasting. That's why he's a guru. If you want
Yeah.
to get involved and make your podcast look in probably a million times better than ours,
Yeah.
get onto him because he's
Yes.
got a
My
studio.
retro catalog journey. So, but Harvey Retro Instagram, go follow him, and then you'll get all the info as it drops on the new show. So, well
Yep,
done, Harvey. Brilliant, 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 brilliant. Um,
I am. Do you know what, Harvey? Please, 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 at some point in time, whenever you get round to it. I know I'm no one, but I would love the chance to be on that. Oh, oh, oh. That's it. I'll never, ever, ever, I'll never, ever mention it again. Um, Up next, he rolled the dice. Emma Shot. Got to say thank you to her. She's currently in Marmaris, Turkey. She's gone on a world tour. She's seen a spike of tourist figures there on the podcasting stats. So she's gone to hand out flyers up the strip. Um, I'll be honest with you. Apparently, they're going down like gangbusters. So hold up. I pulled it back. Suitable, universal for everyone. They're going down like gangbusters.
oh, um, yeah, she's done well to get out of that quick. So I'll speak to her today. But yes, thank you, Emma, on your ever increasing world tour and your
Thank you for.
gang.
I tell you what, she sees a spike, she goes, bam, I'm on it.
Next up, we have the wonderful Greg. Awesome, Greg. Thank you as always. Nowhere near Berlin, as we know him as.
Yeah.
And also, obviously, involved with the development studio it does Forever Skies. So I hope it's going well for you, Greg. And I know we say this all the time. We must get you back on. We know you're a busy guy, but we must get you back on at some point. So, yes, thank you again for your very long support you've had for this show. So, cheers, Greg.
Thank you to everyone. Thank you to everyone. Up next, Mumsy. There she is. I tell you what,
Hmm.
she also recognized the spike and she went and got on it. Because I tell you what, this week she's been in Iceland. China.
Iceland.
She's there because apparently there's been a spike in English speakers. I don't know whether that's some sort of conspiracy thing, but over at the show here, we're in the know. We get to see all sorts of things all over the world by we see spikes of downloads. So apparently English speaking downloads in Iceland mainly contributed to American English. So you got to imagine an extra 100,000 downloads, sneaky invasion plan going on. Tap, tap. Mum's the word.
Mm.
So anyway, she's all down there, up and down, all over Iceland, checking all about. I'm sure she'll find 100,000 men pretty quick. So we'll get a report back on that. Maybe we'll get a real journalism scoop.
Anywho, next up, we've got the RGT fan club. Thank you, as always, again, for your long term support. Very much appreciated.
Hey,
And
I've
I'm
just had a brainwave.
bet that hurt.
Prepare for it because it's a logic gate you
That's not
never
going to
saw.
hurt me. Go on
Oh,
in.
it will. I'm going to watch you wake up in the fourth dimension as
Go
a
on in.
two-dimensional mind. The RGT fan club consists of mum and dad,
Whatever gave you that idea.
because you've said it numerous times. We have evidence, recorded
I've
evidence.
hinted at it. I've
Yeah,
never.
okay.
Yeah.
This is the part that's going to move your conception of what's real completely off the scale.
Mm-hmm.
Mumsy donates twice for that reason, then.
Mm-hmm. She does, but she donates twice. One extra for me. So anyway, who we got next to Judge?
Yeah, when was the last time you met Pete Brocklehurst in the street? Because the last time I did, insanely strong as he is, he looks like Mumsy in a wig, which also looks like the picture I've seen scatting around on my WhatsApp. So it's bizarre that you and him also look like our mum. So,
Mm.
just saying, although he's a lot stronger, because I can force yours and her grip away when I want to. But if Pete Brocklehurst wants a little bit of something, he takes a little bit of something. Know what I'm saying?
Yes, I do, unfortunately. Oh, yes, I do.
Fair play to you, old
Yeah,
B.
but yes, so was that your Pete Brocklehurst thanks then, or
Yeah, thank you, Peter.
yeah, thank you, Peter. Then we got Billy Marmite, another elusive one. He's not in the Discord. You don't see him at conventions, but he's always there and he's always paying every week. So thank you, Billy. We really appreciate it. You're
Yeah,
very
the silent but violence. We
mm,
look, hey, you you're in at a good level and you're probably not getting half the treats. So
mm,
anytime you want to hit that up, you let us know and you're straight in there. You would be
exactly.
VIP members.
Mm.
Um, let us know. Which leaves me firmly in the grip of a Zangief. And as we are doing at the moment, I will Zangief all
I think
over
I
this.
already know what it is. I already know what it is.
Okay. Ma, 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 me, 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 me.
Mm. Performance this is going to be.
Um,
He's sipping water for the audio listeners and gargling. Jeez. I don't know if we needed to hear that. Come on in, get this performance done. Come on.
that was it.
Oh, well, I would imagine then that was when we were on stage at OLL, and every time Mags went from one side of the audience to the other, he done a little slide, to which then you started commenting on the slide in the background on the microphone. And I think that was your little excited moment because you loved his little slide.
My Zangief gurgle.
Yeah.
It was actually you drowning under the weight of realization.
Of
Mumsy
why am I
pays
here?
twice. It was performative art, darling, if nothing else.
It was very good. I think it's probably one of the best geese we've had.
Good. Excellent. That brings us to the end of the show. Thank you to everyone who supports. We love you
Thank
for
you.
it. If
Yeah,
you
we
want to
do
get
love
on
you very
board, you
much.
know how. You can have a funny readout if you want, or if you want it dead straight, you let me know. In the meantime,
Hmm.
I can't really finish this show, RGT, until I ask you probably something along the lines of, well, would it be what you hoping to play?
I think that'll do. Play some more. Thank goodness you're here to try and get the platinum. Just such a great little game. So funny, so relaxed, really good.
What would that involve? Why would that not pop on initial completion, though?
It's just some things you have to do. But I mean, the game's like 2, 3 hours through, so you just have to like collect a certain amount of things or hit a certain kick all the post boxes, things like that, which you can go through on a second playthrough and just collect those up.
Mm.
Um, you can actually, I'm not going to say too much. You can one of the trophies is to meet the mayor. You can actually like complete the game in like 15 minutes.
What, by meeting the mayor?
Yeah, but that's yeah, there's a way of doing it. So it's quite funny. That's one of the trophies. So you have to start again and do that. So there's some good little things in that. It's good fun to play. It's quick, but it's just I just think about it a lot. It's almost like that's that good. It reminds me of a like a childhood memory of a cartoon. That's what I keep thinking of it like. And it's
Oh,
like Mr.
wow.
Men or something like that. Yeah, it's really good. Um, I need to play. I need to get back on the PS3. I need to purchase. I'm very sorry, Zangief. I still haven't purchased the Gen 7 game this month, which is the
50
um
cent, two in the bag, three in the hand, two in the sand.
the 50 cent bits, right? I think it's Blood on the Sand, in the sand, on the sand. I think.
Bag of
I know.
grand.
Yeah, I know we've had mixed reviews of it so far, but I want to honour it and purchase it and play it. So I will be doing that. But I also want to play another PS3
If
game.
you get it and
Um,
it's garbage, what are you going to do with it? Are you going to like smash it up, live stream?
No, I'll just put it on the shelf. And then I'll wait till it gets double its price and then trade it in. There,
That's why people don't like you, you know.
people don't like me anyway. It doesn't matter if I trade a game in. Um, and then if
And
I
that's why I
can,
like you, because you just do what you want to do.
that's how I roll.
Yeah,
You
I
know.
know.
Um, and if I can run it on the Lenovo, I will get Samsung, give it a go this week. And
Your face has softened. You don't look like a pencil topper now.
thank you.
I think your shoulders are very tense on the way in.
Might have been,
I
yeah.
think you've relaxed.
I think so, yeah.
How
Yeah.
are you feeling?
I'm fine. Still on with what I'm hoping to play. Um, I think that's probably much it because I've completely lost my chain of thought. What are you hoping to play, George? Hmm. And I know why you're doing it. You're a sod.
Why?
You know why?
Oh God! I tell you what, I'm hoping to play. I'm hoping to play probably a little bit more Seven Sins. I'm probably going to scratch out some M Club Midnight 3 Double Edition. I'm probably gonna. I'm gonna get onto that game that you talked about, the Yorkshire fart pants joke. Yeah, I want in on that.
That is
Absolutely, I
good.
do.
That is good.
I may even play that tonight. Other than that, I've got a very busy week ahead of me, so maybe a bit more game dev story. I hate to admit, and I think you can go on New Game Plus with all your stats unlocked, so that would be quite cool. Uh, and I'd say, RGT, if you're done and I'm done, that's all we have time for this week, listeners. As always, thank you for your time. I look forward to the pleasure of speaking to you again next week. Until then, happy gaming. And remember, there's nothing wrong with being given the unofficial controller. It's what you do with it that counts. See you, RGT.
See you later.